Hey guys, what's going on? It's SORROWFUL here. It's been a little minute since I busted out the webcam. Figured I would for this video. If you see me looking over to this screen, it's because that's where I got my webcam set up. So gotta look over there to make sure it's still recording and everything like that. But for today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys what I would like to consider one of the luckiest bows ever. This is my MSL Onyx Bow that I got to plus 15. You guys saw it in my previous video where I did my huge update. This bow was super lucky, and it's a little bit of a bittersweet mixed bag of feelings, because before this bow I was actually working on a MapleStory bow. I also showcased that bow in my previous video, and that MapleStory bow, it was actually like super near perfect bonus attributes. It was only 0.2% off max piercing, and it also had max physical piercing, so it was absolutely beautiful. And I failed getting that bow from plus 10 to plus 11 times. I failed it 11 times. So I'm like, screw it, this bow's not, getting any better. I'm just wasting all my time doing these FD and Labyrinth Hole runs when, it's not really upgrading. So I decided to switch over to MSL Bow because I had a whole bunch of them, and I enjoyed doing Rune Temple, and I believe it's Beyond Link Triss. I enjoyed doing those two dungeons more than FD and Labyrinth Hole, so I figured I'd swap over bows. This was the best MSL bow I had at the time. It's max total damage as well as I think max physical piercing or something like that. So it's a really good bow, but it's just not double piercing, so it kind of sucks. I could really use that extra piercing on my character, but it's okay, it's whatever. So yeah, I started enchanting this bow, and it started going good. As you can see, I failed to plus 12 there, I just believe. So it's not that big of a deal to get to plus 12. It's actually not that bad. So we go ahead. My shit just fucked up. Here we are. Because I'm also watching the video because I didn't record my voice at the time. Where was I? Let's see what the bow is. It is at plus, I really do have to see it bigger. This is too small for me. Alright, so I did a little bit of a rewind. Let me see exactly where I failed and where I ran out of resources, because I know that's what ends up happening. Okay, so we're going for plus 12. That worked out fine. I believe that was the first try to plus 12 as well, so I was already ecstatic. This bow already went way past my MapleStory bow, which failed 11 times. So I'm super happy by this point, because I at least have a plus 12 bow now. So that's super good. I ran out of onyx crystals. I remember that happening. I had to buy a couple more on the spot. Luckily I did have enough mace, so I did prepare ahead for that. I knew I was going to run out, but didn't know exactly when I would. So, actually I didn't have enough meso to keep going. I thought I did. I only had enough to get a little bit more for maybe 1 or 2 more tries. Okay, so we're going to go for plus 13. I remember I was heavily contemplating, should I just overdo it and put as much bows as possible in here, or should I save the bows for the next attempt and try and get it to plus 13 another time? And I'm like, you know what, I think it was to do with my dungeon runs that I had left for the day or for the week. I didn't have too many, so I'm like, I'm just gonna overdo it and put as many as I can. And I even was contemplating putting my fail stacks, as you'll see. I hold it here for a minute because I'm like, should I do this? I'm not too sure. And so I ended up doing it, and it ends up, let's see, come on. I was hesitating so hard, I remember. It's so funny watching, because I remember my thought process. It was so like, should I do this? Should I save my fail stacks? Because I know people like to save it for plus 15, blah, blah, blah. But I ended up doing, I got it to plus 13. That was kind of my goal, which is why I didn't mind using my fail stacks. Plus, I didn't have too many to begin with. I'm looking over here now, by the way, because I had to put it on this screen so I could blow it up and actually see what's going on. So that's actually my MSL bow, and I'll show you guys a couple screenshots because I didn't show it afterwards. So this is a screenshot of it being at plus 14. It only took one chance and I only had 5 bows, and then I what is this? Yeah, this is going to plus 15, and then I got it actually to plus 15 on my first chance as well. So easily one of the luckiest bows ever. Comment down below that like button if you had a weapon that was actually luckier than that. I know a lot of people still struggling to get to plus 15, so I'm super grateful that after my bad luck with my Merpagoth, my MSL bow was able to switch things up and just come out with pure luck. So now I'm showing you guys my Knight's weapon. It's also an MSL weapon. I didn't have too much good luck with the Merpagoth on my Knight as well. I think my MSL and my Merpagoth on my Knight do have similar stats, so it wasn't too big of a deal. And again, I like Rune Temple, I like Beyond Link, those dungeons more than I do like FD and Labyrinth Hole. So MSL weapon, and they do have a good bonus, or not bonus attribute, but they do have a good bonus effect as well, just like the Merpagoth. So yeah, I was pretty, fine with going with the MSL on my Knight as well. So we're going up to plus 10. We started from the bottom, and let's see, failed twice at plus 8 so far.
If someone needs help, I will stand.
Okay, now we're at plus 9 on the Knight. Alright, failed at plus 9. I remember I just wanted to get it to plus 11 or plus 12. That was kind of my goal to start with. I did have a crap ton of swords, but I know how unlucky these things could be and how RNG could really hate you in certain things like this. A good thing to know is when you're going from plus 10 to plus 11, you could only put 2 weapons in because it could only go up to 30% success chance. So that's the maximum you could go up to. Got to plus 11 on my first try. Again, I was super happy to see that because both Merpagoth weapons couldn't get to plus 11 no matter how much I tried. So I was really happy to see it go to plus 11 on the first try. And now we're going to go ahead, overjuice it with weapons, put the maximum amount in. Plus 12 on the first try. Again, super lucky. These are only 30% chances each, so my Knight got pretty lucky as well. I think I ran out of some resources here, but I had a lot more money this time around, I believe. Let me see, does it show your money in here? It doesn't. In the top left, you can see that I have over 11 mil. So I was definitely well prepared to do my Knight. I really waited to try and get a good MSL sword for my Knight, but it just never happened. I went through so many, crafted so many, but I just couldn't get one that was actually worth upgrading. So I just went with the best one that I already had. It was pretty low rolled in terms of the base stats on the sword, but it's whatever. It is what it is. Nothing you can do about it.
I will earn the respect
So
of the locals.
claim all these, got my resources up, and back to enchanting. Let's see. So I have about a half inventory worth of MSL swords left. And let's see. Okay. We're going to plus 13 now. See what we could do. Of course, I want to overjuice it as much as possible because what my goal was at the time is to just get my Knight over 4,500 gear score. So we failed that chance. We failed that plus 13 attempt, which is completely fine. I should have failed more, to be honest, to begin with. But we passed the second one, 30% chance coming through, and having all these extra swords came through as well. Now here I was in quite a dilemma because I was wondering if I should save some, or to have 2 runs to plus 14, for 2 attempts rather to plus 14, or if I should just do it all in one run. Here I am a little bit hesitant. What should I do? Should I wait? Should I save some? Because you need at least 3 to attempt to going to plus 14. So I remember that's actually what I did here, if I'm not mistaken. It does take away 4% success rate, but I was like, I'll have another chance at least. And it might have bit me in the ass. Who knows what actual difference having that plus 4 would have done, or that 4% extra chance. And then I try again, and of course I fail because it's only 3, which gives you about a 10% chance. So got it at plus 13 at least, and then my Knight was able to have over 4,500 gear score with that equipped, I believe. Let's see if I equip it here. Yeah, so I equip it, and I believe I have over 45. Yeah, so we're a little bit over 45. As we all know now, you need way more than 4,500 gear score, and you need a lot of attack to be able to do anything in the Chaos Dvorak raid. So my knight is kind of on the back burner again, not really focusing on it. I'm focusing on my archer. I will be releasing a video shortly, or close with this video, showing one of the Chaos raid runs that I've completed. So yeah, stay tuned for that. This has just been my enchanting of 2 of my main characters' weapons. Both of them pretty damn lucky, but I think all of you guys would agree that with my MSL bow and my archer, the RNG gods were definitely on my favor, or definitely on my side rather. So yeah, let me know what your luck's been like with your weapon. I'm sure I'm gonna see a ton of comments saying that, you know, you can't get to plus 12 for the life of you or something like that. But just keep trying. It sucks to waste time and waste resources, but at the end of the day, it's what you have to do if you want to, you know, be up there and get to chaos rating and stuff like that. The bright side of all of this, guys, is that at least we don't have to pay money, and there's no money variant or way to bypass the grinding aspect of the game. You really do just have to get lucky, and yeah, I'd much rather have to get lucky than to be able to pay my way through it, because we all know a lot of people, myself maybe included, would be using that method instead. So I'm really happy the game is the way it is. So just keep that in the back of your mind when you're failing some of these enchantments, like my Merpagoth, my one that wouldn't, both of them that won't go to plus 11. I was trying to keep that in the back of my mind, that it's not the biggest deal, because again, it's all free, and you only have to invest time, and it's whatever time you have at the end of the day. So with that being said, guys, stay calm, Maple on, continue your quest for legendary loot, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.